You see, Randy, I think that this particular conversation makes greater meaning if you look at the current state of COCOBOD as an institution. The post-2016 management of COCOBOD has come in its wake terrible scorecards. Randy, for the first time in over 20 years, we had to do cocoa syndicated loan at 8%, the costliest we have ever had. Usually, cocoa syndicated loans would come at a maximum of 2%. In 2023, we did 8%. We did that 8% because the banks that usually syndicate these loans to COCOBOD have given the clearest indication that COCOBOD is no longer credit wealthy. And for that matter, they needed premium in order to make do with the cocoa syndicated loan. It has not ended there. As you are aware, persons who purchased cocoa bills have received quite deadly haircuts in the sense that from 26%, government is offering them, I think, 13%. That's almost halving the interest due and payable to the holders of these cocoa bills. And so you have a situation where COCOBOD, as an institution, finds itself in a mess due to mismanagement. This level of wastage. And so the company is effectively bankrupt. Now you are dealing with a bankrupt state institution, and in a time of critical distance, and if you look at the memo accompanying the bill that we are just discussing, the minutes on it, among other things. Randy, you note that it is just this year, February this year to March. That was when they were making this purchase. At the time when the company is on its knees, I recall the inaugural speech of President Akufo-Addo that I shall protect the public purse by insisting on value for money. Mr. President, that oath to the people of this country, you have effectively forgotten about it. Agencies working directly under you have turned those public institutions into a platform of wastes. Because, respectfully, you yourself have not provided the critical leadership required. If the president, and I say this without any reservation, can, in the midst of crisis, be renting expensive private jets, it sends a message to his subordinates that they can do worse. When this matter came up, I saw the press release issued by my, we're all in the LLM class, Fifi Boafo. And he tries to water down the impact by saying that, management has not, quote unquote, given approval. Meanwhile, when you look at the memo, the minutes, the handwritten notes, shows that all the management approval had been given.
Yeah, my point.
In fact, the only thing left is to see evidence of actual purchase.
No, my point really.
But from management point of view, yes, Randy.
I even want to go with the release. And I'm trying to make sense out of the release.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that it says the request
is
to
based
purchase
on
iPad keyboards.
Yes.
Because you see, the memo in question is not about purchase of iPads.
No.
It means that the iPads have been purchased already. But you need 15 keyboards to go with the iPads. But you're saying that your statement says that the request to purchase these keyboards was based on the board's adoption of the Convene app, which is part of efforts to reduce the use of paper and stationery during board meetings, while at the same time enhancing productivity and collaboration among members. So are you suggesting that you need the iPads in order to install the app? Or without the keyboards, the app won't work?
But you say, Randy, this is what is called an afterthought. Obviously, COCOBOD as an institution never expected that this memo or purchase will leak. And so it is because it has leaked that they are trying to reconstruct the narrative. And in the attempt to PR this particular mess, they have rather created a huge mess. Again, like you pointed rightly, the installation is done into the machine itself. It's not the keyboard. The keyboard possibly will provide a certain greater functionality.
So let's say if we took the governor,
so
Bank of Ghana,
I get you,
will buy the governor an iPad. COCOBOD will buy him one. If he serves on some other boards, they will buy him. So anybody, they will buy. I mean, what is the meaning of this?
And my point is that how can it even be said that when Governor Addison is moving from Bank of Ghana to go to a board meeting at what do you call it, COCOBOD, he's unable to go with his iPad or electronic gadgets?
No, for every board you must have a separate gadget.
No, but how is that even permissible?
No, I'm just saying for every board. So if you serve on 6 boards, you should have 6 iPads with 6 keyboards.
Randy, how is that even permissible? Why should we even permit that now? And look, if you look at the COCOBOD, the board members themselves, these are very prominent individuals.
Yes.
I recall how in the past, our friends in the MPP used to say that, they are coming to office with well-to-do people who have no blah, 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 blah. Now, if you come to office and we begin to see this level of reckless expenditure, it becomes difficult. And I've made this point always. Randy, if you are telling the good people of this country that we are in austerity, and for that matter, Ghanaians should tighten their belts because the journey ahead is going to be rough. And Ghanaians should do so say, okay, it's shared responsibility. They want to see your corresponding behavior toward this austerity. You have a situation where the person telling you to put on your belt does not even have a belt hole. How then do you encourage citizens to move along with you? At the time when you are asking public sector workers that we do not have money, at the time when we had to struggle to generate 4 million Ghana cedis for the Renal Center at Kolebu, among many other things that government of Ghana says we do not have money to do. And we see this kind of thing. It is only a government that believes that it is entitled to misgovern that will be engaging in such recklessness. And look, like our elders say, starting from the top, from the very head. The president himself has not been a good example. In the midst of COVID, in the midst of recovering from COVID-19, that was the time he decided to engage in luxurious private jet rentals. Now, if you have this kind of situation, how easy is it to get citizens to join you in the effort to rebuild this country? It becomes extremely difficult. And if you look at the financials of COCOBOD as we speak, terrible situation. Randy, no long ago, you recall the special audit report prepared by the Auditor General on Coco rules alone. The Auditor General found that 87% of the Coco rules were awarded through sole sourcing and restrictive tendering. I recall variously how in opposition the likes of Gabi Asarechidako likened sole sourcing to stealing. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, in his various public lectures, used to criticize soul sourcing. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo himself used to attack soul sourcing under his watch as president and vice president. 87% of cocoa rules that were contracted were done through soul sourcing. And this is not Edudzi saying it. This is the Auditor General appointed by Akufo-Addo himself, not Domelevo. Mr. Johnson Esiama. That is what he had found on the ground. And so, Randy, we should all get this thing clear, that the various state institutions cannot engage in this wasteful expenditure. You saw the Bank of Ghana 2023 numbers. Emolument, car purchase, car maintenance, travels. How Bank of Ghana, the amount of money they are using for their travels, the amount of money they were using for car maintenance, among many other things.
But it's a huge institution. Bank of Ghana is huge.
No, I'm not even, but you see, if you look at the numbers, in some instances, the jump is about 100%. How do you justify this? And like COCOBOD tried justifying this obnoxious, outrageous purchase, is to say that, oh, you know what, the board is yet, there's no actual purchase, and for that matter, it was right. If this memo had not leaked, if you look at the memo and the handwritten
approvals.
The handwritten approval, I think I have a copy. If you look at the handwritten approval, all the people whose authorization required have all, okayed.
It's on the screen. It's on the screen.
Thankfully, the handwritten, you will see all of them have been okayed. The various signatures, all of them. Look at the handwritten memo. And so, my brother Fifi, withdraw this. It's a complete insult to the intelligence of people.
Right.